So, guys, AMC stock is not looking good yet again today, and the stock market in general is not looking good either. We have to break down AMC stock in this video, and we'll go over the stock market and a couple other companies that reported earnings. So if you all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and of course, don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo. It is free money. Use that link down below. And now, cheers. Let's talk about these stocks, because again, nothing is looking good right now. Well, except for Bed Bath & Beyond and DraftKings and a couple other companies that we talked about earlier, but other than those, the markets are not looking pretty. So let's dive into it. AMC stock right now is down about 3%. It's down 14 cents on the day, and it's at roughly $5.05 right now. And earlier in the day, guys, which is not good, it fell under $5 a share, which I've talked to you guys about in the past couple of videos. If AMC starts falling under 5, it could start selling off more aggressively, especially if it takes the lows out from, I believe this was on Friday. Yes, Friday the 14th of April, right around 490. If we take that low out, the selling could pick up like crazy, at least in my opinion, right? We can see right here, the low from yesterday was right around $5.15. Again, we took that out this morning on the big dump we had in the beginning of the day where AMC went from 530 down to about 498. That was a drop of around 5.5–6%. And we've been consolidating since that big drop initially when the markets opened, but still, now we're starting to fall back under the moving averages here on the 1-day, 1-minute chart. And if this starts going down to 498, we take that level out, guys. We start going back to 490. The low from Friday, it is going to start picking up. The selling will start picking up, in my opinion, to the point where we start breaking this little uptrend that we've been on for the past roughly 10 days, 2 weeks. And it's not really that crazy of an uptrend. I mean, you guys can see we're fighting to hold higher lows, but at the same time, we're making lower highs. So essentially, it is a wedge here. Again, lower highs are being made at the same time as we're making higher lows. So if we fall under 490, which I'll set my alert right now, mark is at or below $4.90, this could end up, again, selling off aggressively. At that point, we'll break the lows from a couple days ago. We'll break the 180 SMA, and we might start free falling under the wedge here on the 20-day, 1-hour chart, which you guys can see even better here on the 4-hour chart. Let me show you guys this. If I zoom in a bit, don't you guys see the wedge here? We're pretty much testing the bottom of it. So get ready. If, again, AMC starts falling under here, we could start slipping towards the low fours, maybe even under that fairly quickly, at least in my opinion, guys. So AMC is not looking good right now. The overall markets are not looking good right now either, but Bed Bath & Beyond stock, look at that, guys. This thing keeps on trucking along. Right now, it's up 16% on the day. It's at 32 cents, and we're digging ourselves deeper and deeper into this ascending triangle. Do you guys see this on the 5-day, 5-minute? We're pretty much getting ready to explode. Any minute now, this thing could explode above 33, 34, 35 cents, which if it does, we're going to get a big leg up. The ascending triangle is going to be playing out, and it could start running maybe towards, for all we know, maybe towards, 40 cents again, mid-40s, maybe even higher than that. So Bed Bath & Beyond's looking good, as again, AMC stock is not looking so pretty. And the overall markets right now, they're all selling off. All these different indexes. We have the S&P 500 down 0.1% at about, what is it now? Almost 3 p.m. We're almost heading into power hour here, so that is not looking too pretty, although we did hit a new high this morning, which is a good sign for the bulls overall. We hit 416 this morning, which you guys can see we took the highs out from the last couple of days. Now we're pretty much one breakout away from a full breakout on SPY, which who knows if we will get that, when we'll get that. But you guys can see over the past couple of months, there's been a distinct level of resistance on SPY, which is right around 415. If this breaks, I think we're going to get a huge breakout. And on triple Q here, let me show you guys this. If triple Q breaks out of, let's say, 320, 322, which is where my alert's at, and we're pretty much about $2 under that, that's where we're going to get a huge breakout on triple Q, at least in my opinion, maybe towards 330, 335. That was the high from back in the middle of August. So I'm keeping my eyes on those levels here on SPY and on triple Q, and I'm also watching a couple other companies today that ended up reporting earnings. So we had Bank of America report, and let's just rip through these very quickly, guys. I don't want to make this video too long, but Bank of America reported earnings this morning, and you guys can see their stock is up about 0.3% right now, up around 9 cents, and it's roughly at $30.50. And you guys can see this thing has been reversing for the past couple of days, really the past day or two at this point, and And, we've been breaking above those moving averages, which is good. And we can see the inverse head and shoulders that we called out a couple videos ago. That's playing out. And there could be some more upside here. We'll see. But overall, EPS came in at 94 cents, which beat the 92 or rather 82 cent estimate. So that's a 12-cent beat for EPS. And they ended up beating on revenue as well. 26.39 billion versus 25.13 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, they beat on revenue, and again, this inverse head and shoulders is playing out. There could be more upside in that right shoulder, maybe towards 33, mid-30s, maybe higher than that. Time will tell, guys. But BAC, pretty good earnings out of them. We also had Johnson & Johnson report earnings this morning, whose stock is down 2.4%. Not looking the best right now for Johnson & Johnson. So they ended up doing EPS of 268 versus 251 estimated. So they beat on EPS and they beat on revenue. 24.75 billion versus 23.67 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, beat on revenue, and the stock was reversing and it was doing really well, guys. I mean, look at this. The stock was at 150. It ran all the way to 167 in the span of a couple of weeks, really about 2-3 weeks. That was a run of 11%. So it got very overbought heading into earnings, and I guess earnings weren't as great as expected. I mean, they still beat EPS, they still beat on revenue, but it wasn't enough to send the stock even higher. So it makes sense. I mean, it got a little overbought, a little too hot heading into earnings. Now we're seeing a bit of a drop, and I suspect we will get buyers to come in here. I feel like buyers will come in, whether it's at 158, 160, 162, and we could be gearing up for another run on J&J, but I'm not jumping the gun quite yet. I'm being very patient, and we'll see how it actually unfolds. I'm going to give it a couple of days to settle here on ticker symbol J&J. We also had Goldman Sachs report earnings this morning. Let me pull it up and show you guys. This is down 1.9% right now, down $6.50, and it's getting rejected at the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart. You guys see that, but at the same time, we are currently fighting to hold a higher low here. You guys see that at about $330. Now we're starting to pop off that 50 SMA on this 4-hour chart, and we're approaching the 180 SMA, which is right around where we are now at about $335, $336. I'm going to set my alert at 336, markets at or above. If we end up taking out that 180 moving average, maybe this starts to go towards 345, 347, which you guys, if you didn't see, in the pre-market, when the numbers actually came out, this stock shot up to 347. Well, it was actually before the numbers came out. Then the numbers came out, and the stock dumped to 326. So maybe we could start running towards that high again, 345, 347, if we do break that 336 level. So keep your eyes on Goldman Sachs. They ended up doing EPS of 879 versus 810, so they beat on EPS, but they missed on revenue, $12.22 billion versus $12.79 billion estimated. So that's probably why the stock is falling, the fact that they missed on revenue. But overall, let's see if we can retake 336 and start moving towards 340, 345. That's where the money could be made here on Goldman Sachs. And have you guys gone up to 15 stocks yet for Moomoo? If you haven't, use that link down below. Open up an account. You get 1 free share of stock. If you guys deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 free shares of stock. And listen to this. If you deposit at least $1,000 onto the platform, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 free stocks, guys. Who doesn't like free money? And of course, all the links down below, the Moomoo link, the Webull link, the Patreon, all of those help out the channel. Full disclosure, I appreciate you guys as always. Cheers. Now let's dive into the next stock, the last stock for the video, which is Lockheed Martin, LMT. Let me pull it up and show you guys where this one's at right now. So it's up 2.9%, back over $500 a share. It hit 508 earlier in the day. Now it's at 503. And look at this. On the 4-hour chart, guys, we are now seeing the ascending triangle I called out a couple videos ago completely play out. The fact that we're breaking out of $500, which was a multi-month resistance, that's a very good sign. And obviously, we were making these higher lows into that resistance. So look at that. LMT, fresh high on this 4-hour chart. And I believe this might even be an all-time high. Let me take a look here, guys, on the 3-year chart. Yep, all-time high today was hit on LMT, guys. Unbelievable. So they ended up doing EPS of 661 versus 606 estimated. So they crushed EPS and they beat on revenue, 15.13 billion versus 15.04 billion estimated. Pretty good day for Lockheed Martin, guys. Again, all-time high, breaking out. The ascending triangle's playing out. And it looks like here they reaffirm their full year 23 outlook. Sales rise, 2023 guidance remains unchanged, or maintained rather, which is good. So, yeah, this is breaking out. There could be more upside. We shall see, guys. So overall, that's it for the video. We crammed in a bunch in this little 10-11 minute video. If you all found value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And feel free to check out my Patreon. If you guys want to see my Patreon portfolio, be a part of the Discord chat, have more access to me throughout the day, you want to see my charts and ideas throughout the day in real time, that's on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can join the channel membership, same thing, which is here on YouTube. It's up to you guys, whatever you want. Use those links down below. I appreciate you all as always, and with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.